Welcome to the musical practice workshop, and hello Sean. Sean, thank you for your question, and the musical practice workshop is going to try to answer it. And your question was, if you strum all the open strings on the guitar, is it a chord? Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm not pressing any string. I'm not using any fret. I just strum all the strings, all the open strings. Okay, so your question is, when you do that, so did you play a chord type? Well, the answer is yes, because one thing that I am pretty sure you know, Sean, that between all the strings there are intervals. Okay, between all the strings on the guitar there are different types of intervals. So if you play, okay, we're going to experiment on this subject together. So if you between the low E, okay, and the A, there's an interval, and then between E and A you have an interval of a perfect fourth. Okay, between A and D we also have an interval of a perfect fourth. Between D and G we also have an interval of a perfect fourth. But between G and B there is an interval of a major third. And then between B and the high E we are back to an interval of a perfect fourth. So as you can see now, if you play it, let's say you play a string and you jump, okay, let's say you play E here, you play low E and you jump, you play D, for example, that's another interval. That's another type, okay, of interval. It's not a perfect fourth. So depending on where on the first note that you play on the guitar, you can play, when you play the other notes, you are playing different types of intervals. Okay, So that said, Sean, yes, when you play all these open strings on the guitar, you're also playing a chord type. Okay. So, but that chord can have different names depending on which string you start on. Okay. If you start on the low E, so the root of the chord is E. So we're going to play, so the chord of the open strings, when you start on the root low E, is going to be some type of E chord. Okay, now if you start on A, for example, it's going to be some type of A chord. But now, for the purpose of of answering your question, Sean, we're going to analyze the chord that we can get using the low E as the root of the chord. Okay, so we have E. Okay, that's the root of the chord we're going to arrive at. The next chord is A. I mean, the next string is A. Okay, we know that between E and A we have a perfect fourth, which is suspended 4, or if you use octave, fourth in octave is going to be 11. So right now we know we are dealing with some type of 11th chord or suspended 4 chord. Okay, E, some type of E suspended or E11. Okay, so starting on the low E. Okay, the E, and then A, that's 11 or suspended 4. Then we go to the D now. Okay, D in the key of E major is flat 7th. Okay, so now we know that we're dealing with some kind of E 11 flat 7. So we're going to continue to see if the flat 7 is for a dominant type chord or a minor 7 type chord. We're going to continue, but we know that D in the key of E major is flat 7th. So okay, let's go to the next one, which is G. Okay, in the key of E, G is supposed to be G sharp. Or in the key of E major. In the key of E major, G is supposed to be G sharp. Okay? But in this case, we're playing natural G. So we're playing flat third. Because in the key of E major, G sharp is the third, okay, is the third degree of the scale, G sharp. Now if you lower the G sharp half step, Now you got G. It makes it, that move makes it flat third. When you have flat third, you know you're dealing with minor. So now we are heading to a E minor type chord. So far we can say we got E minor 7 11 or E minor 7 suspended 4. Okay, let's continue. Now we go to the B. Okay, in the key of E major, B is the fifth degree of the scale of the E major scale. That means E is if you play E major triad or E minor triad, so that B is the fifth of the triad, because it is the fifth note in the key of E major, or even E minor. Okay, so that's part. We know that's part of the scale. Okay. Okay. Now the last one is E, which is the root in octave. Okay. So basically, if you consider the low E as the root of the chord by strumming all the open string, then according to the analysis that we just did, so when you play all the chords, not all the chords, all the open strings, starting from the E, using the low E as the root, you are playing E minor 7th 11th, or E minor 7th 11th, or E minor 7 suspended 4. And there you have it, Sean. And I hope the musical practice workshop has answered your question. Okay?